On the surface, they look pretty much the same, right? One person just stops talking to another. But going no contact and giving the silent treatment are actually worlds apart. One is all about self-preservation, and the other, well, that's a weapon. So let's break down exactly where that line is. And yeah, this is where it gets super confusing for a lot of people. This question came straight from a Reddit post from someone who was really struggling. They'd cut ties with a family member to protect themselves, but they were worried they were using the same abusive tactics they were trying to escape. And that's a dilemma a lot of us can understand. And boom, there it is. The poster just hit the nail on the head. If you've gone no contact for your own sanity, are you accidentally doing the same toxic thing? The short answer is a hard no. And the reasons why, well, they get to the very heart of the difference between protecting yourself and punishing someone else. Okay, so if you take away just one thing from this, let it be this. The entire difference between these two actions boils down to one single word: intent. It's all about your why. Are you building a wall to keep yourself safe, or are you building a cage to punish them? Let's kick things off with motive. Think of the silent treatment as an offensive move. It's designed to punish, to manipulate, to make the other person so anxious that they just give in. No contact, though, that is purely defensive. It's about protecting yourself from getting hurt anymore and giving yourself the time and space you desperately need to heal. And that difference in motive, well, it leads to totally different goals. The silent treatment always wants something. It's looking for a reaction, an apology, a change in behavior, for you to come crawling back. It's a total power play. But the goal of no contact is the complete opposite. It's the absence of a reaction. The goal is just peace, safety, getting that toxic influence out of your life for good. And this right here is all about power. The silent treatment is an attempt to control someone else, to exert power over them. No contact is about taking your own power back. It's about you controlling your own space, your own boundaries, your own mental health. You are finally reclaiming power over yourself. Someone on that Reddit thread, a user named Aureline Rose, just boiled it all down to this one perfect question. This is the ultimate gut check. Is your silence a weapon you're using to cause pain, or is it a shield you're using to end your own? That question, right there, is the difference between abuse and self-care. And people in that discussion came up with some amazing ways to think about this. They called the silent treatment a toddler tantrum, a temporary manipulative fit to get a reaction, or a flimsy curtain that can be pulled back whenever. But no contact, that's surgery. It's removing a tumor so it doesn't kill you. It's a steel wall built for one reason: permanent protection. Okay, so we've talked about the why. Now let's get into the how. Like, what's actually happening inside your brain? Because feeling the pain of being ignored, it's not just in your head. It's a real biological event. And there's a very good scientific reason why the silent treatment is such a horribly effective tool. So there's a scientific name for this whole thing: ostracism. See, as humans, we are wired for connection. For thousands of years, our survival literally depended on being part of a group. So being ignored or kicked out, that signals a massive threat. And our brains developed a really powerful alarm system to warn us: pain. And this is the really wild part that neurobiologists figured out. They put people in fMRI machines and saw that when someone experiences social rejection, when they get the silent treatment, it lights up the exact same parts of the brain as a physical injury. So when someone says being ignored hurts, they mean it. Literally. This whole idea is called the social pain overlap theory. It shows that when you're rejected, these specific pain centers in your brain just fire up. One part processes the raw, physical-like distress of it, and another handles the awful emotional side. Your brain is basically screaming danger, just like it would if you put your hand on a hot stove. And if you think this is some rare, dramatic thing, think again. A survey found that almost 70% of employees said they felt ostracized at work. That's huge. It just goes to show how common this painful experience really is. And it can happen anywhere, not just in our personal relationships. But hold on a second. What if you're just overwhelmed in an argument and you need to step away for a minute to cool down? Is that the silent treatment? Nope, not at all. There's a healthy, constructive way to take a break that can actually make a relationship stronger, not tear it apart. And believe me, the difference is night and day. The silent treatment is sudden, it's unexplained, and it's meant to punish. But a healthy timeout, like the relationship experts at the Gottman Institute talk about, is the total opposite. It starts with clear communication, actually saying, hey, I need a break. And the intent isn't to punish, it's to calm down so you can actually talk productively later. So, how do you actually do this? It's pretty straightforward, really. 1. Say you need a break to calm down before you explode. 2, and this part is so important, agree on when you'll come back. Something like, let's talk in 30 minutes. That reassures the other person you're not abandoning them. 3, use that time to actually calm down. Take a walk, breathe, listen to music. Don't just sit there building your legal case against them. And 4, come back when you said you would, ready to listen. And the reason we're digging into all of this, the reason it matters so much, is that this destructive kind of silence, especially when you experience it as a kid, can leave these deep, lasting wounds that mess with our relationships for the rest of our lives. I mean, just try to put yourself in a little kid's shoes for a second. Their entire world, their survival, is wired for connection to their parent. So when that parent just emotionally shuts down on them, a child's brain can't make sense of it. They can't think, oh, mom's just having a bad day. They don't have that ability yet. Instead, what happens, as counseling experts explain, is that the child just internalizes all of it. They feel that withdrawal as a complete rejection of who they are. And they come to the only logical conclusion their little brain can. It's my fault. I am unlovable. There must be something fundamentally wrong with me. And that becomes a core belief they carry. And that deep wound, it doesn't just go away. It shows up later in life, big time. It can turn into a constant fear of being abandoned, or it can make you a people pleaser, always trying to keep everyone happy so they won't leave. Or you might even find yourself repeating the same pattern of withdrawal in your own relationships. All of it feeds that deep, nagging feeling of just not being good enough. So look, at the end of the day, figuring out the difference between protection and punishment and seeing how our past might be showing up in our present, that's the first step. Healing isn't about pretending the past didn't happen. It's about understanding it so we can finally break free from it. So I guess the only question left is, what patterns are you ready to rewrite?